everyone, how are you going this week? This week I've got this beautiful fancy fold card for you. It stands up like this. Just laid them down so you could see them on the screen. And they fold backwards like this and fold flat to go in an envelope. Now isn't that so cute? This one I did for my colour creation blog, and this colour, the dark green colour, is called Shaded Spruce, so that was the colour for Shaded Spruce. This was my prototype. I don't like these wingy bits here, so but they're stuck there, so they're there. So, but it's still a nice card. So today we're going to make another one, and I'm going to make a male one this time, so you can see just how versatile something like this shape is, and how beautiful it can look in any colour, any style for any person. Okay, so let's pop these out of the way and I'll show you what we need. Okay, we don't need a real lot of bits. I have done a fair bit of cutting out because I don't like to bring my big shot into the screen. It makes everything wobble. So we need a piece of card that measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. Then we need a fair bit of a designer series paper. Whoops. Where's all the rest? There we go. So we need 4 pieces that measure 1 3/4 inches by 5 5/8. Now this is directional paper, so just be careful when you're cutting it that you get your direction the correct way for what you're doing. These has got like little hot air balloons on them. This is an old paper that's retired a few years back now, so sorry, we don't sell this paper. So then we need another piece that is 5 5/8 by 2 inches, and another 2 pieces of DSP that measure 5 5/8 by 3/4 inch, and then we need another piece in white. This is for your writing panel, that measures 5 5/8 by 2 inches. You'll need a tag that measures 2 3/4 inches by 1 3/8 and 2 1/2 by 1 1/8 inch. I've used the large layering circles, but again, as you could see on the other ones here, I use squares, so it's easier to see on that one. Squares, so you can use whatever, but I thought I would use ovals this time. So that's the large scalloped oval, and that's the second size of the plain ovals in the layering ovals from Stampin' Up. That is my hot air balloon that I've cut out. I'll show you the stamp set in a minute, and I've stamped and cut out about half a dozen each of the larger clouds and the small clouds. Now I did them in advance because they take a fair bit of time to do on my big shot, and I didn't want to waste time doing that. So let's pop them on one side, and I'll show you the stamp sets what we use. I'm using this Lift Me Up, which is retiring on the 3rd of June 2019, which is such a shame because I absolutely love this set, so I will not be getting rid of mine. And then this has dies with it, so I used this large hot air balloon for my front one, which is this green one here. I did this in green mirror card. Okay, so that's the stamp set we're using. I've got a couple of stamps out. We're going to use the smallest balloon, and hope your day is on cloud 9. Happy birthday, which I've already stamped. So I won't be using my one in that I showed you, so that I've already stamped that bit. But I'll do that. And Love is in the Air for on my other panel. I used my layering ovals, and I used the largest of the scalloped ovals and the third size of the plain ovals. Alright, and that's it. I did use my layering stitched rectangles for my first for my sentiment that I stamped on, but the other one was too big, so I thought it just looked like it was lost in the middle of that, so I actually just cut a smaller one. Alright, so here we go. Let's get stuck into the card after all my gabbing around. Let's pop these bits on one side, and what we need to do is we need to score our card first of all. So let's bring the scorer in, and we're going to pop it in here at oh, excuse me, landscape style. So the longest side is at the top, and we're going to score this at the 2-inch mark and the 3-inch mark. Okay, then we're going to turn it around 180 degrees, and we're going to score it at the 2-inch mark and the 3-inch mark. And that's all the scoring we're going to do. So let's pop that scoreboard out of the way. So now we're going to fold our first panel back away, and then the second fold, oh, I've actually got that around the wrong way. That one should have been forward, and the next one is back. So you get this Z look. See if you can see it, right? And we're going to do the same on the other one. So the middle one goes back towards you, and so that's a mountain fold, and the end one is a valley fold. So we have it like this. So it's valley, mountain, mountain, valley, and that's basically our card. So we have now done our card pretty well. So all we're going to do now is we're going to glue our pieces of DSP onto our card. Okay, so we're going to watch what we're doing, because we want to make sure we put our middle one, which is our 2-inch one, down the middle. So we'll do that one first, because that's the odd one out, the one and only one. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. And we're going to make sure that we get our, excuse my dog if you can hear her in the background barking, somebody's outside talking. Making sure we get all of our pictures, pattern, whatever you want to call it, up the right way. She doesn't like it when somebody's walking around, and my next door neighbour is actually in the process of moving out, so there's a lot of people next door helping him shift house. So just making sure that we keep everything even. And our little ones go on the little bit area. Oops. Don't want to get any of these upside down. Okay. That's the front of the DSP on the front of the card. Make sure you turn it over this way so that when you put your other ones on, they're up the correct way. If you've, as I said, if you've got the directional pattern, because nothing's worse than the balloons sliding upside down. All the people will fall out. Okay, let's pop the lid on that for now, because we don't need it. And we'll put our last piece on here. Okay, so that's our main card done. So we'll stamp our sentiment panel, and we're going to stamp. I'm stamping in basic grey, and I'm going to stamp, what does it say? Love is in the air. Love is in the air, like the song. And I'm going to pop that right in the middle like so, and then I'm going to get a bit of scrap card paper here because I'm going to stamp some balloons, and I want to stamp them half on and half off. Like so. Okay, so that's all our stamping done. As I say, I already did my sentiment, so that's all my stamping done. So we'll pop this over again, oops, and we'll pop him on the back. This is actually a very quick card to make, so, which is great if you need a card in a hurry. Great. Alright, so excuse me, I still have this terrible cough. It just will not go away. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my white oval to stick on top of my other oval. And I'm going to glue my sentiment onto my sentiment panel, tag panel. Come on, come out, glue. And as I've never made this one before, I'm going to see where I want it. So I think I'm going to put that a bit up the top and that down there. What do you reckon? That looks good to me. Okay, so I'm going to put this on with some dimensions or foam pads, whichever you have. So I've only put them down the middle because it does hang off the edge a little bit, so we can actually position that where we want it. Beautiful, like that. And we're going to do the same on our sentiment panel. We're going to put some down the middle. Oops, what happened to it? Come back. We'll pop that on there. And we can stick him there. Beautiful, just like I bought one, as Mum always says. Okay, so now with our clouds, we're going to work out where we want them. So on my last one, I did some clouds on the sides like this, so I might put a few clouds on the side. And I might put one here. Whoops. Stand up there, wrong way up. Make sure you get your clouds up the right way. If you are using this set, I think the shaded area needs to be at the bottom because it looks funny that way up. Okay, so to me that's about as many as I want. So the ones that are laying down on the side here, I'm going to just put them on with a bit of glue. Now if I could put the tweezers around the other way, it would have been easier. And I'm just going to stick them on willy-nilly. It's got a fair bit of glue on there. Let's take some of that off. And the same on the other side. going to glue these ones down as well, but because I can see that they're hanging off the edge a bit, I'll only put glue on one side. While they're drying, I might put a couple, put this large one on the back here. Maybe one of these small ones down here. There we go, that's used up most of those. Alright, so that's the end of those, and then we're going to pop our balloon in here. Now I'm going to pop him up on some dimension, but I will have to cut these. So let's get my scissors, and I'll cut these into small strips. Just to pop a bit on here, here, and here, and one more that I can cut up a piece, a couple more pieces, which I think I'll cut it the other way this time. One for here, and here, and I really think that's going to be way plenty enough. So let's pull the backs off of that. And we can place him, I think I'm going to place him that way, like so. So he's floating in the air. Now how gorgeous is that? So just to finish him off, we're going to put on a few little green diamante things that I've cut here. Yes, I did cut these ones. And there's like little holes across here like this. Can you see those? Like little dots. So I'm actually going to put one on each of those, just to bring it out. Why did that one stick on top of that? I do love this Lift Me Up set. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. For me, it's a beautiful man set, and I know I won't be getting rid of that. Okay, so I will put another one down here just to finish that off. This there we go. That's our card today. I hope you've enjoyed it. To me, it's just gorgeous. Let's pop them in the screen a bit better for you to see. I think it's just gorgeous. The light's shining on my green mirror card there, but you could do that in any kind of silver, gold, or whatever if you've got this set. If not, this card just proves that that's done with the Tropical Chic, and this card was done with, I can't remember the set that was done with, but it just goes to prove that one style of card can be made into quite a few different ones. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project. I will be back again next week with another one. So have a great day. Bye for now.